Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, and the Cincinnati Bengals as they match up with the second-year man Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are...
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be brought out by their quarterback, who is now in season number 9 out of TCU, Andy Dalton.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that.
And right away, he lost the football. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play 1 there?
No, that was...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Julio Jones. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away.
And he loses the football the second time. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
10 yards there on a Bengal first.
All day, baby, all day.
So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Your trip is here, baby.
A.J. Green, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 1, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. And he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. So there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 21-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And Eifert has it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Dalton to his big target Eifert for the Cincinnati first. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Finding Green complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now to the air, Dalton. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention, but sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Oh, good move. He'll have a first down past the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now on 2nd and 16, Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Being chased out left. He'll run it.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Well, later tonight, we have more football, Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Andy Dalton now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Throw from Dalton, taken in by Eifert. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Dalton off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton on the draw to Mixon, and a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They run from the pistol with Ingram.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Flushed out right. It's complete to Snead. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Willie Snead with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Ravens have got it. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Kill. Ball trot. Let it go.
To try again after the sack. Jackson looking deep for Julio. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. 36 yards on the play.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Yeah, good job.
Willie Snead on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Joe Mixon. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
A 58-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice.
There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20.
Come on now, let's go!
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
the good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of 3.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. He's got a man, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 77 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
It's a very short, now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Ravens 70, Bengals 14.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7 on the run. It's Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Dalton here from the gun. Going deep for Eifert. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give him 30 yards there. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Dalton on third and goal. To Mixon on the check down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And a 20th carry now for Ingram. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. From the 44, Jackson, complete to Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sack lunch, baby. Yum, 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 yum.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety back.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hands up. Lady. Mike 37. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
On first down, Mixon hit, and the ball is out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We got it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A 33-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a really nice run there to bring up third and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Mixon fights through, and now a crease. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Let's go!
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man open, it's Ross.
Illegal touching, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Hey, we got 4.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 40. He's at the 30. Well, one of the few things that's gone right for them. Likely a little too late, but maybe a little feather in their cap.
I think so, and to me, they
Going the other way.
After review of the
So
play,
now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Here's Ingram. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. A strong running. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 17 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's gone 2-2 on us now at 2 receiving touchdowns, now his 2nd rushing touchdown.
And that's the back of the NFL nowadays, isn't it? The ability to do everything. You can't just be one or the other. The best ones able to run it, catch it, and produce. Big-time points put on the board by him.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Ingram. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag throw.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do. And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Mixon. And some room to roam now. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals gain a bit of respectability. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now left side on the swing pass. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Passing, it's Dalton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the delay, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now on 2nd and 13, Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. On 2nd down now, it's Ingram, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They do get 5 there, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Watch tight end. Even.
First and 10 for Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Dalton, first and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Here we go. Tight right.
Another chance for Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And it's for pride now, but the Bengals get a bit closer.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10, right at the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3. Now it's Ingram. Evades the tackler, and now some space. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. And Dalton to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff works on him, We'll step aside and be right back. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Dances by him. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
That one good for 33 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Ingram. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle by Jordan Willis. Ingram again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, Jackson. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.